Sorry if I sound nasally, I'm recovering from a cold. Hello everyone, Nyonstar here, and I am a Fate fan. I'll accept your condolences. If you're unfamiliar with the Fate franchise, it's a multi-billion-dollar anime franchise made up of visual novels, anime, a mobile game, manga, light novels, drama CDs. Honestly, it might be easier to name what the Fate series hasn't done. While Fate is very popular, especially in Japan, it's still niche to most people. But if you're a weeb, you've probably at least heard of it. The basic plot consists of mages summoning heroic spirits, also called servants, to fight for the Holy Grail and get a wish. These servants include historical figures like Shakespeare and legendary figures like King Arthur. I hadn't heard of Fate until I was 15. Actually, my sister showed me Grand Order the year before, but I didn't retain much information. Anyway, my sister was visiting for my brother's birthday, and she started describing Fate Stay Night to me. This is the visual novel that started the whole series. Also, it came out about a month before I was born. I was interested, but I didn't have a laptop. So how did I read Fate Stay Night? Well, there's a website that archives old Let's Plays for the Something Awful forums, and one of these Let's Plays is for Fate Stay Night. So yes, I read Stay Night like this, including the player's commentary. All their comments are in italics, which confused me at first, and I thought that this was Rin's internal monologue. My sister corrected me the next day. As painful as it was to read it this way, I managed to get pretty far by that summer. The game has 3 routes: Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, and Heaven's Feel. And by summer, I finished the Fate route and was in the middle of Unlimited Blade Works. Our internet was cut over the summer, so my sister let me play through UBW on her laptop, and I found out about Archer's true identity, which I won't spoil if you don't know. It was so wild, I didn't even understand until Destiny explained it. I spent the rest of the night in total shock. I'm glad I read the visual novel first, because that was a twist. It's the reason Dee made me read the VN first, so I could play the mobile game without spoiling Archer's identity. And she wanted me to play by the time the summer event started, since they gave out Summer Ishtar. The mobile game is Fate Grand Order, which I think is the most well-known out of the whole series. It's a gacha game, meaning you trade in-game currency for a random pool of items, or in this case people. You can earn in-game currency in the game, but you can also buy it. The premium currency for FGO is called Saint Quartz, which I've never bought except for GSSR banners. The rarest servants are called 5 stars, or SSRs, and about twice a year they have banners that guarantee a 5-star, and the only catch is that you have to pay. And these are the only occasions where I spend money. Google survey rewards can be redeemed for money in mobile games, which I use for GSSRs, and my sister will buy me Saint Quartz if I don't have enough. Otherwise, I'm free to play. I'm just gonna list my favorite servants here. I love Edmund Dantes. Any Rin face like Ishtar and Ereshkigal, Gilgamesh sometimes, Tamamo, Koyenskaya, John Alter, Ku, Mordred, Semiramis, Karen, Arcuid, Melt, Kama, and Durga. From what we see of this list, I'm into blondes and definitely into evil. It's hard making a favorites list though, because there's so many good characters. Too many hot guys and girls, I'm in bisexual hell. So after I started playing FGO, I managed to finish Stay Night in December that year. Then Dee and I started watching some of the anime, like UBW, Zero, the first 2 Heaven's Feel movies, Emiya Gohan, First Order, Babylonia, which we watched right after I finished that chapter in FGO. And I finished FGO Part 1 the same night we watched Babylon, which was about a year after I started the game. After that, I started playing Hollow Ataraxia at my sister's place, which is the sequel visual novel to Stay Night. I got my laptop for Christmas that year, and I finished Hollow Ataraxia in May 2021. We also played Unlimited Codes and watched El Malloy. We started playing Fate Extra, but we only managed to beat the first boss before we moved to Texas, and since she's in a different state, we had to stop playing. I have the first 2 volumes of the Mortalis Stella manga, 2 Gilgamesh plushies, and this acrylic stand of Edmund. While I'm a Fate fan, I know I've only experienced a small portion of the franchise. I didn't show everything I've read or watched, but I still haven't seen things like Apocrypha or Carnival Phantasm, because we wanted to play Melty Blood first. I've also seen all the main Kara no Kyokai movies, and played Tsukihime in its sequel Kagetsu Toya. Actually, I had to read Tsukihime the same way I read Stay Night, but it was less painful since it's shorter. These aren't part of the Fate series, but they're made by the same person and share a universe. I haven't been hyper-fixated, so it makes it hard to do more. I also like experiencing this franchise with my sister, since we've bonded so much over it. And I only watch anime with my sister, because it's so much more fun to watch anime with a buddy than watch it alone and have no one to experience it with you. If you want to get into Fate, don't. But seriously, it's very dense and a lot of entries are 18+, so look into it more if you're interested. Just be careful, that's hell you're walking into. Oh, and I do plan to make a whole video on just my experiences in FGO, because I have quite a few. Stay safe, everyone! Bye!